whatever they are.
Sezen Tekin.
Hello, Susan.
Hi.
So what would you like to ask me? Why do I think people smoke?
Yeah.
I think people smoke because they're copying their friends, or they like to be in the same social group as people who do smoke, so they probably copy each other, I think. Also, addiction. Smoking is very addictive. What can we do to stop people from smoking? I think you can try and find an alternative to smoking. And probably find an alternative, something to do with their hands, because people find that they get bored easily and they grab a cigarette to get rid of the boredom rather than they actually, addicted to, really want it. So find a hobby, do something else. You can try, like when I try to stop smoking, I don't smoke till I finish work. So I spend the whole day without smoking, and then when it comes time to get home, I'm in a little bit of a hurry to get that cigarette, but at least I'm not having it during the day. So that's it. Thank you for asking questions.
Hello, my name is Nikhil and I'm interviewing Steve from the Islington Arts Factory. So the question is, do you like football first of all?
I'm really addicted to football.
Okay, so the question is, this is a question, do you think players are overpaid?
Yes. And the reason why is I think it affects their performance. If I was working in a bar and I suddenly owned the bar and then I owned 5 bars, why would I still work in a bar? So if you're a multi-millionaire, why would you want to work hard? People who work hard are usually the ones at the very bottom who are climbing to the top. Hours they're putting in, effort they're putting in. But when you get to the top, do you really put in that same amount of effort? Or do you just like, I'm okay now, so I don't really want to get injured and I don't really want to get, broken bones. I want to maintain my regular $1 million income. So they're not going to go into challenges. They're not going to get their ankles broken. They're not going to do the things that people who really want to climb the ladder are prepared to take risks. A multi-millionaire getting his ankle broken and never playing again? No, I don't think so. So yes, money does affect, in my opinion. I think my classic example, I'm an Arsenal fan, local guy, born and bred around here. And Mesut Ozil, for me, he won't tackle. He'll never go into a 50-50. And obviously he's going to elongate his career by using that tactic. So yeah, I think it really affects them. I think the money affects them. I think the management now, how do you manage 12 or 25 millionaires? When they were like, getting £1,000 a week or, whatever that was, like normal people. Yeah, I mean, so in the early days, players worked and got a little small pay for the club.
And speaking of like football, you said manager as well. Like with managers, I know a lot of people, like Arsenal fans, about like Wenger in, Wenger out, and they always have an argument. Not only footballers get paid too much, apparently like managers, but some people have big, like, it's a bit of a what's the word? It's a bit. What's the word? What's the word? It's a bit different because players, they don't play in football, but managers, they say they should earn the money because their guy is very hard to carry a team. But do you agree that as in like managers are up there with the players' amount of money?
I think not really, because the managers, I mean, obviously Arsenal's managers is one in a million.
One of the 4, I think it's our top 5 highest paid.
Yeah, but I mean, how many other managers have been there 20 odd years in a club? Now a manager is lucky to last not even a year, 9 months. So if you're getting a 10 million pound salary for the year, if your job is that short, then maybe they do deserve that kind of money, because throwing people away and not giving them the opportunity to change or adapt, and a lot like people saying Wenger is he's stuck in his old ways and he's not got the new ways of football. But there again, most people who know Wenger don't know anything else. I grew up in the 60s, 70s, so I know George Graham, I know other managers that have come before him, and I know Arsenal when they were a mid-table team, so he was always in the middle of the table. And we were happy. When we lost, we were singing. When we won, we were singing. We just supported the club. We didn't support a winning. But some people now of your age, you've never known Arsenal losing. They've always been the top 4, or so your expectations are a lot higher. Now we supported a club. Now you support finance. People at the top of the game now, Man City, run by billionaires, Chelsea billionaires, Man United, they're all billionaires who run these clubs now. So for them, it's that they're competing with each other rather than the working class game that it used to be. There was something I saw the other day, and it was a Times report on the Bradford fire, and they turned around and said, a scum game run by scum, supported by scum. Yeah. So they looked at the working class as scum in those days. Football was a working class game. Now it's a rich man's a toy that they play with each other. You can buy all the best players in the world and win everything. Are you really winning now, or are you just buying the results? Whereas working class, you couldn't afford to buy the results. You had to work hard for it. And so there is an issue there, whether you work hard for what you get or whether you just buy what you want.
That's that example as well as, say, probably Manchester United, because they obviously throughout these years, well, not year, I think when Ferguson came in and that also, they've been known now to spend splashing the cash. They've splashed it on loads of players. And if you see the team they got now, people would say it's a Champions League team. They're going back to their old ways, the Fergie days, but they're clearly they're not winning titles. So do you think maybe money doesn't always control football?
Yeah, no, I still think money controls it, but there can only be one winner. And what's wrong with coming second? And Arsenal players, fans complaining about becoming fourth, and fifth, and sixth. But ask a team that's in the second division. Would you rather be sixth in the Premier League? And yes, they would love to be sixth in the Premier League. But yeah.
Maybe because I think people complain, fans complain because they have they want standards for their team. Like for example, look at Real Madrid now. I don't know what's gone on the table. I think Real Madrid normally they used to be competing up there with Barcelona, Atletico, and then they dropped to now fifth. I think they're fourth, fifth, or third.
But they're not.
Yeah, they'll be back up. But I'm saying,
I'm
saying like Arsenal fans, and you think it's because Arsenal obviously throughout the years they've been down and they've gone up, and then obviously with the whole Invincible.
Oh, we've never gone down to the.
No, okay, not down as in not
to the
not
Championship.
not Championship, but
Everton and Arsenal are the only two teams I think that
that's never been down. Yes, I'm saying you've seen your team high and low. You know what I mean, high and low.
Yeah.
Even though they've been in a good position, and you see fans complain. Do you think maybe they're too passionate? They expect more.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the expectation is win or nothing. So if you're not a winner, you're rubbish. I mean, come on, no. If you're not a winner, it means that you just didn't win on that particular day at that particular time.
Yeah.
We got beaten by Nottingham Forest. On the day, they were brilliant, and the next game they played, they lost. So it's not as if they're better than us.
It's just form.
It's just on that day who's up for it.
How much they want.
How much they want it, and how much do now we see Arsenal last couple of games really wanting it. But why didn't they want it before?
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder whether that the money in it is really just not keeping up with the passion and for us to sing for Arsenal. When we lose, we'd lose a game. And the noise in the ground for the Arsenal fans was fantastic, and we've lost.
Okay, and a final question as well. The prize money when it comes to Champions League and mainly Premier League, the winners. Do you think, even though the club that wins the money, obviously their club itself is $1 million, or they've got money in the club, but do you think it's right that whoever wins the Premier League should be able to get prize money? Or do you think that money can go somewhere else, which is really important in the world? Do you think fair enough, they obviously when you're a title, you're going to history forever, isn't it? Yeah. History can't be right. So when you're at history, that's it. But do you think it's right that they should be getting that extra prize money, even though they're a million company? Especially let's say Man City now, they're definitely going to win the league. They're billionaire. Do you think
they don't really need
so
the money?
Do you think money is needed? Do you think it's right?
I think you've got to have some incentive to be at the top, even though the top teams don't need the money. Their owners will just stick £1 billion in and buy everything. But I think you do need to have it. What I do think they should do, the money they have, especially the TV revenue, that should go down to North Road on the pitches there. That pitches in North Road, and help local teams get kits and come up and because the people of tomorrow. Oh, let me go and grab them people there.
No problem.
Sorry, be back in a sec.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry.
100%, Matt. Again,
It was to do with whether.
prize money. That's it. Prize money. Yeah. So
Prize money.
Yeah. Carry on. You was about to say about. You was talking about.
I'm just saying that prize money should prize money should not just stay at the top. Even if you imagine you've got a rich club and they're getting they win the Champions League or the Premier League and they get so much money, TV rights, they should donate something to a local cause. It should be in their contract that they give so much to the local community if you win. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
There's teams out there that people come out on Sunday leagues. They all get together and they all train and they go out and play football. They pay their own subs, they pay for everything themselves. Rich as they are, the Premier League should be paying for Sunday league teams. They should. They've got loads of money. Millions, billions. £1 billion industry, and you can't even afford to go down Hackney Marshes and pay for the pitch time for some of those guys. It just shows about what society's like. It's a reflection of society. You have your trillionaires that own everything, and everybody else is hustling for the little pieces that are left. And football's a prime example of it, whereby if you have money, you can buy success. Does money buy success, or is success measured in other ways? How hard you've worked throughout your life. Imagine you've worked hard all your life and you've just about got your head above the water. Somebody comes in and works for, how much is a footballer's life now? They say they might get in at 25 and finish at 30, so they've got a 5-year span to make as much money as they can. Whereas other people, the ordinary person, has to work from 14, 15, whatever it was, up to your 60, 70.
Yeah.
Just to not, and still not even get as far as footballers will get in 5 years. Thing is, for footballers now, do they invest their money? Do they set up businesses? Or do they just spend it and then end up homeless on the street, like it has happened in some cases? So it's not always a glamour story, even though it's presented that way. And are we always chasing the money, or are we chasing our dreams to be talented, to do things that we really love doing? Some people I know, they play football on Sunday or whatever. They just go to play football. They don't care if they win. They don't care if they go to the league. They just want to play nothing else but football. And these are the people I call real footballers. I think you get people like who else was it that just love playing football? Could give an example. I can't give you an example at the moment, but there are footballers that honestly, like Ronaldo, famous star, but he loves playing football. Try telling him he's not in the team. You know, he'd go and play for somebody else just to play football. You don't care who it is. This is the kind of passion you need. This is how football was in the beginning. It was about passion. It was about playing the game, not about the money, buying all the best players, of nicking. You know, Manchester City now is one of the top earners. I better get out there. There's a bit more people there.
Well, yes, guys. Thank you for this interview.
Hello, Susan.
Hi.
So, what would you like to ask me? Why do I think people smoke?
Yeah.
I think people smoke because they're copying their friends, or they like to be in the same social group as people who do smoke. So they probably copy each other, I think. Also, addiction. Smoking is very addictive. What can we do to stop people from smoking? I think you can try and find an alternative to smoking. And yeah, probably find an alternative, something to do with their hands, because people find that they get bored easily and they grab a cigarette to get rid of the boredom rather than they actually, addicted to, really want it. So find a hobby, do something else. You can try, like when I try to stop smoking, I don't smoke till I finish work. So I spend the whole day without smoking, and then when it comes time to get home, I'm in a little bit of a hurry to get that cigarette, but at least I'm not having it during the day. So that's it. Thank you for asking questions.
Phil, man, whenever you're ready. Okay, we're gonna talk about alcohol, okay?
Okay, lovely.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Why do some people become addicted while others don't?
That's a very interesting question. I think some psychologists have suggested that some people have an addictive personality, so it doesn't matter what it is, they'll become addicted to it. It's about willpower, how strong you are to say no. I think.
Yeah, you mean environment?
In the environment, the people you're around. If you're in a gang,
Yeah.
and they say let's go and rob that person, are you strong enough to say no?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is what we can do. And some people are quite weak in that sense that they will just follow, and regardless, they want to be part of the crowd. I think that's why they become addicted.
Yeah.
They want to show that they're the same as everybody else, rather than, in my day, it was all about being an individual. So you did not want to be the same as anybody. Nowadays, people dress the same. They wear the same clothes. They almost talk the same language. They listen to the same music. So I think people like to be part of a society rather than being an individual. I think that's why people become addicted, because they're looking for something that's either going to take the pain away, or something that they want to be part of a society, so they want to join that set. Sometimes I have friends who, when we go out and they don't drink,
Right.
they see everybody else in a different light. Because people change when they become addicted to alcohol. They actually become different, very different people. Some people, alcohol makes them aggressive. Some people are just like what we call funny alcoholics. They just joke and laugh all the time. But very harmless people. They just get drunk. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Any other questions?
So, question 2 is, what can cause a hangover?
Obviously, cause of a hangover is excess. So, not knowing when to stop. So, for instance, if I'm eating a plate of food, I can eat that whole plate, or I can eat 10 plates. It's when do you say enough is enough? Some people, when they drink too fast. So they'll drink and drink and think, oh, nothing's happened to me. Oh, I'm not drunk. And then they'll drink even more. And before you know it, they've overdone it. And they've overdosed on alcohol without even knowing. Other people are just greedy and just drink too much to excess. And that may be part of the addictive personality that they have.
So you think the reason is something scientist or medical?
Some may be medical, some may be social. I think some people...
It could be like both.
It could be a combination of both, yes, most definitely. But yeah, I do think that some people may think that they're drinking to try and forget an incident that has happened, and they think, oh, let me go and get a drink and drown my sorrows, as they used to say. But then your sorrows go on to the next day and the next day, and before you know it, you're on the street with a tin of tenants and begging for a drink, and that's when it can become really serious. If you look in the parks, most times now you'll see some alcoholics in the park that just not going to recover, and in the end it's going to kill you, which I think people not told that. They're told that smoking kills.
Yeah.
But they're not told that alcohol kills. It kills people when they drink and drive. It kills people when they drink too much and they have their liver goes, or whatever part of the body it affects. So yeah, I think that's it. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Just on the road.
50 years of Carnival.
50 years of Carnival in London. What I was thinking, this year we should try and play 50 years of Carnival music. At least one track from each year. Give the people props that don't really get props. All the people that kept us going back in the day. If you have any questions on that, get in touch with the website. Write your comments about anything. And we'll try and discuss it on this blog. It doesn't have to be about Carnival, could be about Black history, could think that's annoying you, want to get off your chest and speak about and get another opinion on. Write into the website and let's see what happens. Okay, peace out.
On the road, up on the road, up on the road, up on the road.
This is Optimus Prime, and I am one big bad stink truck on the road.